today, my parents and I did the edge walk. The one thing though is that I was fearless. It was so cool.
Hello, Toronto! Woo! Awesome job!
Hey guys! So Friday. So at work today, I pretty much just did like captions and picture editing because since there was like a whole huge shipment over the past 2 days, I really needed to take a look at everything that I took and get all those organized. So I was pretty much doing that for like most of the day. Towards the end of the day, I sat down in a meeting with, I don't remember who, but we are also working with like a social media management company who is also going to be looking at our Instagram and looking at like all kinds of the analytics. They're going to be doing like a lot more of that like in-depth analytical stuff, whereas I'm just pretty much doing like the posting stuff, although like I will be diving into some of these analytics, but not like too much. So I sat in with a call with them and really got a better feel for Instagram and like what my job is supposed to be. That was very helpful, really knowledgeable, really helpful, really informational. That's the word I should be looking for. So that's pretty much what happened at work. And then today, my parents came. My parents decided to come and visit me on this trip. They're doing like a whole other separate trip up here in Canada, but they decided to come visit me before they did their whole trip. So they're gonna be here for the entire weekend. They got in at around like 5 o'clock today while I was still at work. Once I got home, I relaxed a little bit and then I went and met them. We just kind of walked around the area a little bit, just kind of showing them around. They're staying at a hotel about a 10 to 15 minute walk away from my residence hall, so it's not like it's too far away. So yeah, so I was just kind of taking them around the area, getting them familiar with it. And then we went to dinner. We went to this restaurant called Basil Box. It's not really a restaurant. I'm not exactly sure like what kind of place it is. It was borderline like fast food slash restaurant in a way, but they did have a lot of healthy choices. So yeah, so we kind of went there for dinner. And then because they drove like around 11 hours to get here, they were kind of tired. I was also kind of tired from work. So we just kind of called it an early night. So that's it of today, and that's it of day 28. Hey guys, so Saturday, busy day, holy crap. First thing in the morning, I had breakfast with my parents, and so we went to Cora's. So it was my third time going to Cora's. Cora's has like a lot of breakfast foods, so like I knew there would be a lot of options for my parents, so yeah. So we decided to go there for breakfast. And then after that, I took them to my work building because I wanted to show them around a little bit. Some of my coworkers were in there. Yes, they do work on the weekends sometimes. My coworkers started making them a drink right away. They really enjoyed my workplace. They really enjoyed like where I'm working and what I'm all doing. They loved the view. It was great. Unfortunately, we couldn't stay long because the intern group had set up another activity for all of us to do, which was the aquarium. My parents said it was okay if I went with everybody just to go to the aquarium and then I'd meet back up with them later, so that's what ended up happening. We walked all the way down to the aquarium and then I met up with the rest of my program, like all the other interns here. We went into the aquarium, my parents didn't. They decided to walk back to the hotel to get some other things. By the time they got back to the hotel, I was pretty much done with the aquarium. Because it didn't take long for like me and my friends to get through the aquarium. It probably took about like an hour. It was really cool. It was really cool. But unfortunately, it was a Saturday, and of course that's the day that like everybody goes to the aquarium. So like it was super packed, so many people. It was hard to get up and see everything. Yeah, but like my friend and I were able to actually touch some of the fish because they did have like some of those stations available. I don't remember what exactly we all were able to like touch. A manta ray. I kind of touched one. My arm was like a little bit too short to go over the barrier at the part that we were at. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to really touch a ray, but my friend did. One of them was a shrimp. It was a specific type of shrimp though. I don't remember the name. There was like another fish. Anyways, you get the point. I think my favorite part was there is like a whole tube that you've got the big pool above you. At one part of it, there was just like some huge long fish, don't remember the name of it, but it was like stretched across the whole top of the tube, so when you walked underneath it. So yeah, that was probably my favorite part. The jellyfish were also my favorite part because like the lighting made it look super cool. I mean, on camera it looks pink, but honestly it looked more like blue purple, kind of like a blacklight effect. To the naked eye it looks like a blacklight effect, but to my camera it looked like pink. But it was really, really cool. I love those colors. So that was pretty much the aquarium. And then I met back up with my parents and we just kind of walked around the harbor a lot. We just walked all up and down the harbor. There was definitely one part of the harbor that was underwater. The lake levels are very high this year, and so some of the docks is underwater. And so like there was one part that they technically had roped off, but people took off the rope so you could go in there. So we were able to put our feet in the water a little bit. That was kind of fun. It was nice and refreshing because it was pretty hot today. So we were there for quite a while. We also went down to the Toronto Music Garden. My mom really enjoyed that one. We ate at a place called La Vaza, which is like right near the harbor too. Basically that's pretty much all we were doing for like the rest of the day, just going up and down the harbor. It's a huge stretch, so we went like all the way, yeah, we went down and around and everything. Yeah, so we did a lot of walking. It's kind of an early night tonight. We came back to like the hotel and my residence hall at around 8:30. That's it of today, and that's it of day 29. Hey guys, so Sunday, probably my favorite day out of this whole entire trip so far. Had breakfast with my parents again. We went to Expectations and they had like Nutella everything. For those of you who know me, Nutella is like my thing. Okay, it was a little bit too sweet for me because I had a Nutella hot chocolate and then I also had like s'mores French toast, which was made with Nutella, so like so much Nutella. So we went there for breakfast. And then we had to hike it to the CN Tower because today my parents and I did the Edge Walk. So for those of you who don't know what that is, the Edge Walk is part of the CN Tower. There's a ledge around the CN Tower that you can walk. It does cost money and you do have like a tour guide. So you're like hooked up in harnesses. You literally like stand on top of the CN Tower. Unfortunately, I couldn't take like my camera or my phone with me. The only footage we have is from our tour guide. So our tour guide had a camera strapped to her helmet, so she was pretty much filming the whole thing. And then she also had a digital camera with her to take pictures of us at a certain spot. So I've got footage of us from there.
What a gorgeous day it is out here in beautiful downtown Toronto on top of the CN Tower. Do you think I should take a look down? Yeah. I think so. Woo! That's a long way down. You guys better come check that out.
So we walked like all around the edge, so we got to see like every view, and you do some activities, which means like leaning back or like putting your toes over the edge and putting like your whole body over the edge. It was so cool.
So Rachel, I'm gonna get you to go first. Step on up. Woo! Awesome job, Rachel! Beautiful! Look at you go! Fabulous! Awesome! She's on her toes! Look at her! Amazing!
The one thing though is that I was fearless. Not sure how that happens because normally like I'm like super nervous or a little bit scared at least, but like the whole day, like the whole morning, I was fine. Even when we were getting geared up, even when we were like going up there and everything, I was fine. And even like once we actually stood on the ledge, I was fine. I really didn't get nervous at all. The only part that I really got nervous about, just like a tiny bit, was when they had us lean back for the first time because I went first.
So sit back. Yep. Now just step on back. Look at her. Can you widen that stance for me, Rachel? Beautiful, and a double high five for you. There you go. Beautiful. You cool to hang out?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then I had to stay there while everybody else did it. So I stayed there for like a couple of minutes, which a little bit freaky.
Hey guys, how's it hanging? Pretty good. Guys, you need to give yourselves a huge round of applause. You have just completed a Guinness Book of World Records for the tallest hands-free external walk around a building. We've got 150 meters all the way around. We put our toes over Toronto. We've leaned forward, and of course, you're looking beautiful in this lean back. Everyone grab the black rope. Come on in for me. Amazing.
I highly suggest doing the edge walk if you are not afraid of heights and if you want something thrill-seeking while you're here. It is so worth it. Definitely, definitely worth it. Best thing I have done here. The edge walk also included a free ticket to like the CN Tower, like, you know, the 360 restaurant and the glass floor and just the observation deck. I'm not sure if it's the Sky Dome or the Sky Deck. I've been calling it the Sky Deck this whole time, but I think it's technically the Sky Dome. I pretty much did everything when I went to the CN Tower with the program like a few weeks ago, but the only thing I didn't get to is the Sky Dome, Sky Deck, because that costs extra, which was not included in our ticket for the program, but it was included with our ticket for the edge walk. So we went up to the Sky Dome, which was a pretty amazing view. And Sky Dome is actually even higher than the edge walk, so when we looked down we could actually see people doing the edge walk. It was pretty cool. So we went up there and we did everything. So we got done with the CN Tower at about like 2, 3 o'clock. After the edge walk, my parents and I decided to go to the island because I really wanted them to get out to the Toronto Islands. I still hadn't been there yet until today, but of course today is Sunday. Canada Day is tomorrow, so it's a national holiday tomorrow. Everybody is out today, like the whole city is alive, meaning we were waiting quite a while to get a shuttle to the Toronto Islands. So there were like 2 different boats, I guess, going out there. One was obviously the typical ferry, which is free, but the harbor tour guys told us that it was like a 3-hour wait for the free ferries. But then they did have the water taxis, which it was about a 45-minute wait, but water taxis for $10 per person to go out there. So we took a water taxi out there first. Once we got there, we tried going along to like the east side. There was quite a lot of flooding on the island, so some of the pathways were underwater and we didn't want to walk through it. So we ended up going all the way to the south side of the island and walked along that boardwalk, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. We were getting hungry by this time, so we decided to stop and eat at the Riviera restaurant. I think that's the name of it, Riviera. And then we walked around a little bit more, so we kept walking east on the south side. So there's that one beach right there. I think it starts with a W. So we walked along that beach just for a little bit. And then we decided to head back. Or actually we walked to the north side of the island. We just kind of like went across, so we were still on like the east side of it, but we walked back to catch the ferry. It was about like 6:30, 7, actually no, it was close to 7 by the time we decided to get to the ferry stop. So the sun wasn't quite setting at this point, but it was getting pretty low in the sky, and so there were some really nice pictures of the Toronto skyline from there. So then we boarded the ferry, we came back to the mainland, and then we got some ice cream on the mainland. So we went back to the harbor and we went to this restaurant called, or not this restaurant, more of like an ice cream shop called The Fix. And yeah, so we got some interesting ice cream there. And then we pretty much walked back. I kind of took them the scenic route because we ended up walking through the Nathan Phillips Square on the way back to their hotel. But now I figured out where that is. It's like I've been to the Nathan Phillips Square before, but at night, and I was with all of my other friends, so I wasn't exactly sure like where we are in terms of what street is over there, what street's over there. We walked back to their hotel and we said goodnight, and then I came back home. I had a lot of stuff to do yet, so I ended up doing my laundry tonight. I was like falling asleep because my laundry didn't get done until like 11:30. So I was like falling asleep while my laundry was being done. That's it for today, and that's it of day 30. And that's the end of week 4.